Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Speakeasy, sophisticated sports talk with the best in the game. I'm your host, Care Bear Kieran, joined here with two very special gentlemen, both Philadelphia Eagles, and I cannot stand the fact that I'm in the same room with them sometimes, but they are very good at what they do. First and foremost, we got a crazy suit today with the gold axes. We got crazy. Mr. Emmanuel Acho.
I can't lie. This one's straight from Milano. I can't even lie to y'all, bro. This one's straight from Milan.
Yeah, no, that's a dude right there.
Yo, I've seen that before you even put it on.
Yeah, they're hot. Nah, yeah, you can tell he been to Monaco before, never took a veto. We also have 2 live, all decade, one of the greatest Eagles of all time. Right. Gonna have that gold jacket in the future. I'm talking about LaShawn Shady McCoy in the building. How we doing today, man?
Listen, I'm gonna save that, and when I want to feel good, just play that. You know what I mean?
Nah, for sure. You've been boxing recently. If you ever walk out, let me do the intro for sure. We also got Social Trey in the building. What's going on, Trey?
Social Trey,
man. You know, just happy to be back with y'all boys. That's it.
My dog.
Yes, hey, nah, I ain't gonna lie. So it's funny though. Cause he had a little time with the Browns, but he won't claim them.
Wow.
Look, I always show love because they drafted me. You know what I'm saying? I always show love because they drafted me. But this game, bro, Care Bear, where we starting, bro?
Look, we got a lot to talk about today. A lot of injuries, a lot of shaping things up in the NFC and breaking my heart. But we got to start off first and foremost with Monday night action. Lions, Ravens. What an incredible game. I want to know though, are you guys more impressed with the Lions or disappointed in the Ravens?
Respectfully, utterly disappointed in the Ravens defense. Now, shout out to Lamar Jackson. He's trying to keep this thing afloat. He's trying to keep it a fight outside of the ending 2-point conversion where he just airmailed it over Zay Flowers' head. But the Ravens defense allowed 40-plus points to Josh Allen's Bills. They've now allowed 35-plus points to the Detroit Lions that just looked 2 weeks ago like they couldn't figure it out offensively at all whatsoever. The Ravens defense has way too many great players, especially by name, to be this putrid defensively. Schematically, it's not there. Defensively, it doesn't look physical enough. Zach Orr, the defensive coordinator, he doesn't look like he has the right players in the right time at the right moments. Like this Ravens defense, especially a team that's supposed to be built upon defense historically and legacy-wise, I cannot figure it out. Kyle Hamilton, Malachi Starks, supposed to be a lethal combination. Yeah. Marlon Humphrey with the game on the line. You about an 8-9-year vet, former All-Pro, $100 million defensive back, and you get fooled mentally by a play-action pass on 4th and 2 with the game on the line. If your star players aren't playing like stars, then who will? So to me, the Ravens defense got to be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, you know what? I actually love that take, but I'm going with the Lions.
Oh.
You go to the Ravens is a bad team. When I say bad, I mean really, really good. They bad, right?
Cold-blooded.
You got the Ravens there. Okay, you go all the way to Baltimore, and you get a win. You got 200 yards on the ground against the Ravens on the road, and y'all tell me that's not bigger? Nobody expected the Lions to win this game.
Sure.
Jared Goff, he played solid. He played solid in there, right?
Sure.
Controlled the game. Defense, the way they I know it's 30 points, but the way they defended Lamar Jackson, creating turnovers, Derrick Henry another fumble. I gotta go with the Lions.
But here's my problem.
And going on for 4th downs. Let me not forget that.
True.
That take guts, Acho. Game's over.
Here's my problem. And literally, game is going right now, and his blouse is officially, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Here's my problem, though. Josh Allen threw for 400 yards on y'all 2 weeks ago. That's fine. It's just Josh Allen. Then 2 weeks later, you gonna let the Lions rush for 225 yards and let Jared Goff pass for 200 yards? Pick a struggle, please. If you want to let Jared Goff light you up with Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams, but you stop the run game, bet. If you want to stop the pass game, but then David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, they go crazy, bet. But you can't let them rush for 200-plus yards and pass for 200-plus yards. So that, to me, is why, Shady, I'm like, this Ravens defense, so long as they're giving up 35-plus points a game, Lamar Jackson can't do nothing.
But that's great. But what about on the offensive side for the Lions? Like, you got to go to Baltimore and do that. Another thing, they was bullying them boys.
True.
They was running the ball over and over again. And it wasn't like, out scheming them. It was downhill runs.
Yes.
I ain't see no sweet spots. I ain't see nothing creative.
But then let me ask you this.
They bullied them boys.
You give more credit to the Lions for bullying the Ravens, or you more embarrassed for the Ravens for being bullied?
Bro, I know one thing about being a bully. As in, like, watching linemen be bullies.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yo, you got to go out there and do that.
Yeah.
And it's one thing if you out-scheming team. I've seen times where you just out-scheme them and they can't get it. You hit them with traps. You know what I mean? You doing end the rounds. Like, they didn't do none of that. They physically dominated, though.
Yeah.
The starting running back, and the backup running back. They
Yeah.
both did it over and over and over again. And when they needed to convert on 3rd and shorts, on 4th and 1s, they did that. And the last thing, you are on the road. On the road in football terms is like back then, like Troy. Like, we going to burn all the ships and we not leaving. So when we got to win and take over their country. That's what it means to be on the road and you dominate on a running game.
I guess what you're witnessing, Care Bear, is a Hall of Fame running back speak with an offensive mind.
Bias, huh?
And I am too. And I am too. Because I'm putting the onus on the Ravens' atrocious defense. And Shady's like, yo, but that offense looks good. And I think both things are true.
Yeah.
The dilemma for me, and again, I get it, Ravens fans, Madu BK did not play. Kyle Van Noy did not play. Jair Alexander did not play. I get it. You can have an excuse. If that's what you want me to give you an excuse, fine, you can have the excuse. But how can you get physically whipped and mentally whipped? And that's what I saw. First possession of the game. Detroit Lions marched down the field 70-plus yards, touchdown. And then when the Detroit Lions needed to convert at the goal line, then they put Amon-Ra in the backfield. They hand it to him. He pitches it to Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown. Then when the Detroit Lions need to convert on 4th and 2 with the game at the line at the 50, up by 7, you got to have it. Ravens, you desperately need a stop. And then you bite on the play action, first down over All-Pro Marlowe. So for me, I fully understand giving the Detroit Lions credit because credit they deserve, but 2-5 in no NFL game should you give up 38 points.
I want to ask one more question before we move this question. The Lions defense, did they throw it down? I know it's going to say 288 yards Lamar had.
Yeah.
But I take some of them yards because the last
Of course.
bit. But now they converted when they need to. But overall, I thought the Lions defense played solid.
Play good enough to win.
How you feel about that?
I think that's a phenomenal point because what people got to remember is if you have an offense, I love doing this show with you because we played together. 2013, Philadelphia Eagles, we had the best offense in football.
Yeah,
Shady knows this. Number 1 offense. Shady was the rushing leader that year, 15, 16, 1,700 yards, whatever the case may be. And our goal defensively wasn't to get stops. People don't realize that.
That's true, yeah,
Our goal wasn't to get stops. Our goal was to force turnovers.
Yep.
Because we're like, look, so long as I can get the ball back to LaShawn McCoy, to Mike Vick, to Deshaun Jackson, we going to be all right. So the Detroit Lions, their goal is to force a fumble on Derrick Henry with 8 minutes, 22 seconds left when you're up by 4. That's the goal. Detroit Lions don't need to stop Derrick Henry necessarily. Do what you want to do, Derrick Henry.
So
we need to force the fumble.
On the defense side of the ball, is that how y'all think? If you got a good
If you have a crazy offense,
Oh,
that's how you think.
Wow.
Because if you have a crazy offense, the objective isn't to hold Lamar Jackson to 20 passing yards.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
Right.
Hold Lamar Jackson to negative rushing yards. It's not going to happen. Force you 2 fumbles.
Yeah.
A turnover on downs counts as a turnover. You feel me?
Yeah.
Remember, when the Ravens went for it or in the first quarter of the game on 4th down, Lamar Jackson fumbles, he picks it up, he dives on the ball. That's the difference in 7 points. That's the turnover.
Yeah, that's a
a
good
turnover
point.
on downs is a turnover.
That's a good point.
A forced fumble on Derrick Henry, that's the turnover. The difference in this football game today was those 2 turnovers.
Yeah.
I might be missing one. I don't think Lamar threw a pick. Brian Bance dropped it. He has to make sure he catches it next time. But the Detroit Lions, given how good their offense is, exactly right.
Stop them on the goal
Yeah,
line.
exactly
Change it
right.
down.
No, I agree with your points though too. I think those shutdown defenses are the ones that have ball control centric offenses that are not as explosive as like y'all were with the Eagles back in the day. I was also going to say about the Lions though today. I think this conversation 100% should be about how good the Lions were. The Lions look amazing on the offensive line. They look amazing defensively tonight, making plays whenever they needed to. And they look like a completely different team than the team that played the Packers on the road in week 1 with new play callers on both sides of the ball. I think the Lions looked incredible today. Are they a serious contender for the NFC yet again? And are they the favorite for the division?
They're absolutely a legitimate contender. The Detroit Lions now have to be right there at the top of the NFC with the Philadelphia Eagles, with the Los Angeles Rams, and now you have to put the Detroit Lions there. And the Green Bay Packers, after that anemic loss to the Cleveland Browns, they have to then fall into 4th place. And we'll see what happens with the Washington Commanders when they get healthy. The Detroit Lions did not look like they missed Ben Johnson. And that is a gigantic statement that
They
I
were
just
creative
made.
today, like Ben Johnson was already
I
there.
would say, yeah, right. Good for yes.
Like,
yes.
they did not look like they missed Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson, for those unfamiliar, just tuning into the Speakeasy, offensive coordinator, a boy genius, now head coach of the Chicago Bears. They didn't miss him. As soon as I saw Kieran that play on the goal line where they handed it to Amon-Ra St. Brown and he pitched it to Jahmyr Gibbs, that's a top 5 play ever created offensively.
Wow. Whoa.
Like if somebody has studied
that was
defense,
crazy.
and again,
Yeah.
when you're a backup linebacker, you know all you got to do is study. I've seen every offensive play. I didn't necessarily play against it because I wasn't on the field, but I studied it to make sure D'Amico Ryans and Michael Kendricks were adequately equipped and prepared for it. That is a top 5 offensive play ever designed. You can only utilize it on like 4 yards or less.
Right.
But ever designed. They called that. John Morton, offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, he dialed it up. 4th and 2. Shady was in here. We were sitting right next to each other watching it with the game on the line. Play action pass. Hard play action.
Yeah.
Hard play action pass too. And the reason a play action pass works, and Shady can preach to it, y'all sitting in a show with some greatness here, Shady can preach to it, is when you rush for 225 yards, linebackers got to sprint downhill. You feel me, 2-5?
And if you're watching that running play or that pass, I'm sorry, they've been running that same play, running the ball the whole time.
Yep.
The wide receiver motions in, he gets in there for that safety or that corner the whole time. So when they did the motion and Brown came up on Humphrey, he think, okay, you about to block. Stood there and then released on him.
Yes. And the
That was
thing
special.
is, like, defensively, you practice against that play every day.
Yeah.
Hey, it's 3rd down, short yardage, bring it up, defense. Scout team ready. And Marlon Humphrey's seen that play before.
Yeah.
But whenever that offensive receiver comes up and stalk blocks, you're like, oh, bet. Let me just pity pat it real quick, make sure I fit my jobs, make sure I get my head in the right gap, get prepared to shed it, make the tackle. Next thing you know, Amon Ra's like this, and then he out of there.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And in real game time, when he's out of there, Jared Goff makes a perfect pass. Beautiful.
But what about the call that play though? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was thinking to call that play in a crunch time moment, you gotta have some guts. I'll say that. You gotta have some guts to do that. You know what I mean? Because you get a holding call, you can miss the pass, and now the Ravens were right there to score.
Correct.
So that was.
I think it's safe to say, regardless of who the play caller is, they're going to match the identity of their head coach.
Yes, sir.
We knew whenever that play came down, Dan Campbell was going to go for it, and he has a guy that's going to call it up in that moment. And I also got a fun tweet here for you guys, a crazy statistic that just got dropped on Twitter. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, and Amon-Ra St. Brown just recorded their 10th career game where they all scored a touchdown. This is the most such of any trio in NFL history. More than Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Edgerrin James, more than all of these other great trios we've had.
Isaac Bruce,
Torrey Holt, and
Marshall Faulk. Yeah, come on, bro. It's
Wow.
crazy.
Oh, that's crazy.
Think about how great this offense has been.
It's crazy to say this, but given how their offense is utilized, this is probably the best trio in the NFL. If the Eagles utilized it, obviously A.J. Brown, Smitty, and Saquon Barkley would be the best trio. But given how this offense is run, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown, you could suggest best trio in all of football because they all offer such different things. I believe Jahmyr Gibbs or David Montgomery, one of them should be joining the show in a matter of moments. But they all offer different things. Gibbs, elite speed. David Montgomery, power and surprising shiftiness. Y'all remember, Bucky Irving joined the show last Thursday after his game, and he said a top 5 shiftiest backs in the league, he said was David Montgomery.
He did say that.
And then Amon-Ra St. Brown, he is a master at running routes. He's a master at blocking. He's a master at getting open in the middle of the field. They all present different things. But again, y'all, to me, this is about the Ravens, Kieran. It's about the Ravens 2-5.
Yeah, it is about the Ravens, and it's time we have an uncomfortable conversation. We're going to get to a point where you know we all say it in the Speakeasy. Uncomfortable conversation about Derrick Henry, 3 fumbles, 3 weeks, and another one in the 4th quarter, which in my opinion changed the landscape of this game because it wasn't as bad as I think some people are making it online right now. It was a close game, but this was a terrible fumble. Is there serious concern for Derrick Henry right now?
Just the all-pro running back to my right.
Listen, man, this is a unique situation because normally you might have a good player that's fumbling a lot and you might have to bench him. We talking about Derrick Henry. We talking about a guy that probably is 40% of the offense, and you just paid him for a reason because he's one of the best of all time. And he's not usually, he normally don't fumble. That's the weird thing. He normally doesn't fumble. So, but Andy Reid, man, he love his players.
Okay.
And I know he loved me. He has a running back, well, maybe Westbrook, but he have a lot of great running backs like that. And I'm sure if I was there fumbling like that, he loved me. I mean, I've been spent time at his beach houses when he ain't there, having a good time, doing anything I want to do because he trusts me, you know?
Okay, why you bring up Andy Reid, though? Where you going with this?
I can see him, if I fumble the ball 3 times in a row, this first game, second game, third game, I think he would bench me.
Oh. You think he would have been in
think
this
he would,
situation, fourth quarter? You think he would have benched you?
If it happened 3 times in a row, and we are 1-2 right now.
So what are you trying to say?
I'm not saying that the Ravens is going to bench Derrick Henry because it's weird because how great he is. But you might get less carries, or you know what happened? I can see Andy doing this. Let me play my game, but when it get to crunch time, let me ease him out.
Yeah,
because a lot of his fumbles is in crunch time. You think about it. If I'm a coach, and you're one of my biggest players, and I need you to play well, but you keep fumbling, like I'm scared to put you in because you might fumble.
Yeah,
that's the true story though. I mean, it's tough.
Yeah, it is a tough situation. You still got to rock with Derrick. I agree. It is weird because of how great he is. How would you feel if you're the head coach in that situation?
Derrick Henry has to take ownership over the fact that he's lost 2 of their 3 games. He has to take that ownership. Now, you could blame it on the defense, obviously, giving up 38 points. You could blame it on the defense giving up 41 to the Bills. The reason I'm saying Derrick Henry has to take ownership of that is because he's so good that he's not allowed to fumble in those types of moments. I mean, it's 28-24. Ravens, y'all are going down the field to try to score to take the lead, and he fumbles at about the 40-yard line. So now the Lions get the ball in nearly field goal position. Now it's a 7-point game. Even if you go score, you're just going to score to tie the game. And had the Lions scored a touchdown, remember they had a penalty, a face mask penalty, that's what pushed them back. If the Lions score a touchdown, it's game over. Yeah. So Derrick Henry, he's too good to be making these mistakes. And as the second best player on the offense, I won't call him the best, Lamar Jackson, as the second best player on the offense and maybe the third best player on the team, Derrick's got to be better than this, bro. Remember, you're already exceeding expectations. Running backs aren't supposed to be in the NFL at 31.
No, he's special, man. I will say this. This is how it's going to go. The Ravens should do this. The Ravens should obviously let Derrick Henry still get the ball, but maybe not as many touches. Because, listen, he can make a play at any given time.
Yeah.
So you need one
but here's the problem, 2-5. Is this not the beginning of the end then, bro? Because as a running back, and obviously you had a Hall of Fame, I believe a Hall of Fame career. It's only a matter of moments. You're up for the first ballot this time around. But if Derrick Henry, who everybody's saying he's already too old, if you give him a reason to get you out of there, and this is the reason. Buffalo Bills, you fumble, the game should have been over. Detroit Lions, you fumble, the game should have been over. And I remind you, Ravens fans, y'all haven't beat anybody worth nothing. Y'all beat the Browns. Congratulations. Wow. You haven't beat anybody worth nothing. The Bills put up the most points they put up all season against you. The Browns put up the most points they put up all season against you. And the only reason the Lions ain't put up the most points they put up all season against you was because Dan Campbell has something to prove against his former coach in Ben Johnson when he put up 52 points against the Bears. So, Ravens, every time people see you, they lick their chops. When they see you, they get hungry. When they see you, they start drooling. Imagine that. Imagine a world where you see the Baltimore Ravens and you get excited to play them. That's where we at right now.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to take the conversation. Is there more concern now moving forward with Derrick Henry and this fumbling issue, or with how bad that defense has been? Because in all honesty, the Ravens have some big issues. They have issues come playoff time. We're not even talking about that right now. They can't win games against good teams because their defense is giving up 30+.
Yo, you keep saying the defense, and I hear y'all, but turnovers is what loses games. And as dominant as they've been on offense with Lamar, with Derrick Henry, you got to hold on to the rock.
Yeah.
As bad as they played against the Bills, right?
Yep.
You hold on to the rock.
It's a wrap.
You win the game.
But 2-5.
So now you're like, yo, man,
But think about this, bro. And again,
could have been.
I've been very difficult on Lamar Jackson. At Baltimore Ravens, they got a hit out for me in Baltimore. I can't even go to Baltimore, Kieran. I can't go to Baltimore.
That means I can't go with you.
You're not saving Baltimore.
I can't go to Baltimore.
Hey, don't go with
it. Hey, I'm good at Baltimore.
True story, right? Like, I can't go to Baltimore. I voted for Josh Allen for MVP last year. The world still hates me. I voted for Lamar Jackson the year before. Everybody relax. But 2-5, how can you win if you're giving up 41 points? How can you win if you're giving up 38 points? How? Like, you played on one of the most prolific offenses since the turn of the century.
I just think
if we was giving up 41 points, bro, like, y'all notice I haven't mentioned Lamar Jackson's name yet this game. How dare you address Lamar Jackson when the Detroit Lions had over 400 yards?
I don't know if it's me or like, even though they're getting points on them, they don't seem like a 30-point type defensive team.
Yeah. What you mean? Break this down for
example, like last year Steelers, like when I watched them play, every game I could see, they're not good on defense at all.
Yeah.
Who's that? Who's another bad defensive team? I'm just thinking about over the
Saints
years.
Last year was a bad defensive team.
Like, a perfect example. Every game I'm thinking, they gonna be whoever's going against them, offense is gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
I got another one for you. The Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
Sorry about that. But watching them, I feel like, they are just a bad defense, and a lot of teams gonna put a lot of points up and stats on them.
Yeah.
When I see the Ravens,
it's a good conversation.
You know what I'm saying? Even though they are playing bad, to me, they just don't feel like that because they make good defensive moments at times.
Shady, they have too much talent to be playing this bad.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. Or we got to have a what?
Uncomfortable conversation.
Because I'm being honest with you right now, it's not looking good. It's not looking like Zach Orr is the defensive coordinator that the Ravens need to win a Super Bowl. Point blank, period.
That's a good one.
If you cannot win football games, not only that, if you are giving up 30 points time and time again to some of the best teams in the league, and I understand they're great offenses. Sonic and Knuckles looked amazing tonight. Brother, we can't win with you. We cannot. I'm sorry. We can't. I'm not a believer in Zach Orr, and I think that's a conversation that the Ravens need to have internally to get this thing fixed.
You just said the best thing that's been said all day. Because I'm sitting here talking, and I'm just upset because I like good football. I like good defensive football. But 2-5, the Ravens' objective is to win a Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson's objective is to win a Super Bowl. So if it's not up to Super Bowl standard, it's got to be changed immediately. You cannot waste a year of Lamar Jackson's career, especially not 8 years in. So if this defense is not up to Lamar Jackson and Super Bowl standard, something's got to give. You feel me? And I'm not a proponent of people getting fired. Zach Orr, I think the same recruiting class as me as a linebacker in the National Football League before being a DC. But like Kieran said, if you're giving up 38 points, and the Lions called off the dogs to some degree, by the way. If you've given up 38 points to the Lions and 41 points to the Bills, teams you will see in the playoffs, you got too much talent for that. Something has to give. Because it can't get better, Shady. Like, y'all realize the Ravens have an all-pro in Kyle Hamilton, an all-pro in Roquan Smith, all-pro for unfamiliar, best in the league, an all-pro in Madubuike, a 10-sack guy in Kyle Van Noy. Van Noy didn't play today. Madubuike didn't play today. I get it. You got an all-pro in Marlon Humphrey, an all-pro in Jair Alexander. Didn't play today, but a first-round pick in Nate Wiggins, a first-round pick in Malachi Starks. Yeah. It's too much talent, bro.
No, you're right.
It's too much talent. Even without Madubuike and without Kyle Van Noy, I won't add Jair. Jair's a luxury of riches. Without those two, if you give up 27 to the Lions, I get it, maybe. If you give up 24 to the Lions, I get it, maybe. But you can't give up. You can't give up that.
And another
much.
thing I'm thinking about now, you got me thinking how the game went. They had 2 drives for like 10+ plays.
Yep.
They went from 98 yards the first time or something like that.
Something crazy.
Like, twice though. They were backed up twice.
Yeah.
So when you think about it, that's the defense. Yeah, you might have a point.
Let me ask you this real quick. Detroit Lions, now that you've seen them for 2 games with the new OC, let's disregard the first game. I hate doing that, but new offensive coordinator, players under the new offensive coordinator, last 2 games. Shady, where do you stack up the Lions to the Eagles? Where do you stack up the Lions to the Rams? Those are the 2 best teams right now. Obviously, Jaden Daniels is hurt. Where do you stack up the Lions to the Eagles, Lions to the Rams?
Let's use us, man, because we beat the Rams. Let's use us, man.
Okay, Lions to the Eagles.
I would say this. A lot of talent. Last year, that was a game that I wanted to see. That was a game that I was just worried about. Like, man, if we had to put up them type of points. Knowing that we can do it, but if we can do it like they do it. Because they put points up. And watch them now, they look like the old team from last year. But the defense looks a little better. Now they're getting that pass rush. I don't know if you've seen
Hutchinson back.
Hutchinson was out there rolling. So I think that'd be a good matchup. Only thing is, I think we win that game just because of experience. Like, one thing about the Eagles, man, and it's not just because of my team, but we find ways to win in any way possible. And it's times where the game is terrible, and we find a way to win. Yeah. Right? That's experience, where nobody panics. I've been on teams where, like, we're really, really good, and we went far, but there's some panic. There's some teams that don't panic. Yeah. I remember my first year with the Chiefs in 2019, and, like, just seeing when every time there was a tough moment in other teams, all right, hey, guys, get a little antsy, right? Get a little worried. Get a little, not nervous, but the lights get brighter. With the Chiefs, it was none of that. No matter down by 17 fourth quarter, we always stayed the same. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I think the Eagles have. We never get rattled. We always stay the same.
That's very well said. We should have David Montgomery or Jahmyr Gibbs joining the show in a matter of moments. Post game, they getting ready. They in the locker room showering up and all those things. But we should have them in a matter of moments.
They make me want to get out there and get on that field, man. You see them boys today?
They looked incredible.
They was running and cutting.
They look good. And we got some super chats.
Talk
we
to
got
us.
super chats.
Talk to us, Trey.
I've been sitting over here. I've been itching to get these super chats off. You feel me?
itching?
I've been itching to get the super chats off.
Okay. Got the itchies.
Get the itchies a little bit. Okay, so Kenny Power said in the super chat, it said, Gibbs and Monty combined for 200-plus yards on the ground today. Get ready because they're doing it again next week against that tough Browns defense. Reese, our dog Reese, the winner of the inaugural
Okay, Reese, I need some
giveaway.
money, homie.
Yeah, let me hold a little something, Reese.
My dog Reese.
Reese said, hashtag keep pounding Sonic and Knuckles. When Gibbs can't get something going, Montgomery comes in with his style.
He does.
Ethan, shout out to my dog Ethan. He just said tip for Social Trey. And then Truth Bear said in the super chat, it said, this is mostly the same defense as they had in 2023. Just a terrible defensive coordinator in Zach Orr over McDonald.
Points made? Who said that?
That was Truth Bear.
Hey,
He's bearing truth.
it is.
He's bearing truth.
The two most accurate social names I've ever heard. Cut on Dime 25. That's incredibly accurate, and Truth Bear.
Wow.
Because Truth Bear is bearing truth.
Yeah.
Let me ask the chat, Trey. Can you drop this in the chat?
got it.
More impressed by the Lions or disappointed in the Ravens? We've talked about it. I want to hear from y'all. Are y'all more impressed by the Lions or disappointed in the Ravens?
I was going to say, we got to talk about Lamar, okay? Have the Ravens at this point peaked with Lamar Jackson? Because, in my opinion, no. I still think they got some room to go. But right now, they're continuing to lose games in the same fashion. And when you do it one time, you know what? It could have been a mistake. When you do it two times, you're getting a little antsy. When you do it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, when you're fumbling, when you're turning the ball over, when you're dropping balls, when you're costing yourself games at the end of these, that's who you are. Is this what the Ravens are, and can they get the job done with Lamar? Because it looks like, in my opinion, they might have peaked already. Maybe 2 seasons ago when they made the AFC Championship, they peaked.
These last 2 games, you blaming Lamar? These last?
No, I'm not blaming Lamar. I'm saying this is Lamar's era. This is Lamar's team.
Yeah.
This is the unit that he has to go win a Super Bowl with right now.
Good way to say it.
I'm sorry.
That's a good way to
He
say it.
has to be able to get it done with this team.
It's time, man.
Can he do it?
What happened?
It's time. What
What happened?
That's Lamar Jackson's fault.
It's not Lamar's
I got
fault.
my Hall of Fame running back keep fumbling every time he touches the ball.
You gotta
know what
pump
I mean?
through.
Like he just
I feel
loves
you.
butter and popcorn.
I feel
and
you.
then
I feel you.
freaking the defense, they
Yeah.
can't stop a nosebleed.
Come
Come on, man.
Roll one up, bro.
I'm not gonna sit here and let
Social Trey, you
you.
need one?
I'm not gonna sit here and
I'm
let
okay for
you
right now.
Good for
Good
now.
for right now.
talk
but
bad
yeah,
about
yeah.
Lamar Action Jackson. All he does is do great.
Hey, I'm gonna let 25 ease up. Let me answer this for you though. Because you asked something really good. Yo, this one a hell of a show. Shout out for y'all for watching. Everybody for tuning in. We got a lot to dive into. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, one of them joining the show in a matter of moments, I believe. If I'm Lamar Jackson, I would be concerned. And the reason I would be concerned is to win a Super Bowl, Shady's won 2 of them, and he's seen them happen as well. To win a Super Bowl, you have to have the alignment of the roster and the coaching staff. When they had Mike Macdonald as their defensive coordinator, current head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, they didn't necessarily have the offense that they needed because Derrick Henry hadn't matured into a full-grown German Shepherd. Zay Flowers not there, if I'm not mistaken. If so, he hadn't matured into the level he's playing at now. And Rashad Bateman was still figuring things out. Now you have the roster that's there. It's set. When they're healthy, no flaws. But Zach Orr, as a defensive coordinator, has not shown the ability to play to call and coordinate the defense at a high enough level.
That's true.
Yeah.
So if I'm the Ravens, I'm probably annoyed because it's never matched up. You could probably argue that when Lamar was at his physical peak, right, maybe 2-3 years ago, 26, you're supposed to be at your physical peak. When he was at his physical peak, well, he had Greg Roman. Not enough. Okay, so now let's go get this offensive coordinator from Georgia. When we go get this offensive coordinator from Georgia, Todd Monken, well, now the defense isn't good enough talent-wise. Okay, now that the defense is good enough talent-wise, we lose Mike Macdonald. Now Zach Orr is not good enough. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so when it's all said and done, it's going to come down to Lamar being greater than his greatest excuse. Lamar, 4th down, you can't afford to fumble there. Was anybody open? Maybe not. But you can't afford to fumble there. Derrick Henry, you got to be greater than your greatest excuse. Derrick, you can't afford to fumble there. The 2 surefire Hall of Famers on the Ravens roster right now, maybe 3, DeAndre Hopkins, Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson. None of y'all can be weak. And D-Hop, you're allowed to be weak because you're already a Hall of Famer. You did what you did. Derrick Henry, you're not allowed to do this. You're just not. You're too good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When Shady was in his prime with the Eagles, Shady can't fumble, bro. You don't have that luxury. You feel me? Like, Acho, you can suck. You're a backup linebacker. If you got to go start for Michael Kendricks and you miss a tackle, you're supposed to. LaShawn McCoy, you can't suck. You can't. Sorry.
Can't. Now, we got a super chat here from Dragon the Abandoner. He brings up a great point. It kind of leads into the hate tweet that I have pulled up here. Sacks are a QB stat, and Lamar took 7 of them tonight. He took 7 sacks. Obviously, you know, offensive line was leaking a little bit, but also he held onto the ball a lot in those situations. Yeah. He fumbled on the 1-yard line, causing a turnover on downs, led a 3 and out when they were 1 score down with 5 minutes to go. I mean, you have to be able to deliver in those moments. And look, I understand we're asking him to be Superman. With this roster, he shouldn't have to be Superman, but that's what it is right now. You have to be able to step up and deliver in those moments. Sorry, y'all. I mean,
let me ask Shady. I want to ask Shady a question, bro.
It's tough.
Come on, man.
It's a hate tweet for sure.
It is absolutely.
It's a hate, like it's definitely designed to make you.
Hey, we're getting Jahmyr Gibbs in about 5 to 10 minutes. It has been confirmed. Jahmyr Gibbs, fresh out the locker room. He will be joining us in a matter of seconds, literally.
We ain't my boy either. They ain't
David Montgomery, nah. I think David Montgomery has some other things to do. 2-5. I've been doing shows with you for about 5 years now. Will Lamar Jackson ever win a Super Bowl? Not that it's Lamar Jackson's fault. But given that you've won Super Bowls with Mahomes, you've won them with Brady, you know how hard they are to win. You would cuss me out, Acho, stop playing with this word Super Bowl. They're hard to win. Will Lamar Jackson, will the stars ever align? Because if he can't win one with Derrick Henry, will he ever win one?
I think he can win one. I mean, you know, it's not easy, and it's that everybody would do it if it was that easy. But I do think that Lamar Jackson eventually will. I mean, we want everything now. That's like how everything works. You want success right now. But I don't think that's happening. The same with him, Josh, all them guys. I think it's right now we in the Patrick Mahomes era.
Yeah.
Right? And then you got the Eagles coming there, sneaking there, taking them rings. It's hard to get them. I do think Josh Allen will win a championship. I do think Lamar will win one. I just don't think they're going to be winning 2, 3s, and 4s. You know what I'm saying? But I think enough time the Baltimore Ravens to get a championship.
What worries me, though, is this. What happens when you lose your Hall of Fame running back? Because Lamar Jackson entered into the league with a good running back, a very good running back, Mark Ingram.
Yeah.
Not a Hall of Fame running back, not a bad running back.
Real good.
A real good running back. I think 7,500 rushing yards. Apologies if I shorted you, Ingram, you my dog. A good running back. Didn't win one. Zay Flowers is a good receiver. Will he ever be an elite receiver? The Ravens tried a litany of old, washed up, different receivers. Shout out to Dez Bryant. They tried him past his prime. Shout out to D-Jack. They tried him past his prime. But, like, if you don't win it now, when you gonna do it?
Yeah, this is why I asked the Lamar Jackson question, because it's going to be him that gets it done for the Ravens if they end up winning a Super Bowl in this era. And it doesn't, I'm going to be honest with you, they choke time and time again. They have a history of choking. And look, I understand he has to play perfect, but Josh Allen has to play perfect. He goes out there and plays perfect sometimes, and guess what? He still loses. You don't get the luxury of playing like that on the AFC side of the playoff bracket. I'm sorry, you don't. They have to be better. They have to be better. Hopefully, they're going through their growing pains right now for this team this year, this season, early on, and they can figure it out. But right now, they're just not doing enough to win games. And we have footage here of Lamar and Derrick Henry after the game. This is a Brick Center tweet, so it could be very hate focused. It could be very hate focused. But they look at each other and end up walking off. A lot of frustration with the turnovers. I mean, this is what Lamar Jackson said last year. Got to stop turning the ball over at the end of it.
And something else. So the chat is actually kind of going crazy. And they brought up a good point about Lamar. They said, I get Lamar's trying to be a pocket passer, but what made him lethal was his legs. How do y'all feel about, like, are these 7 sacks, are they solely on Lamar? Is it more the front line? The chat wants to know. They also said, report Care Bear for the Lamar slander.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
2-5. I want to hear from you on that one, big dog, because, like, the thing that has frustrated me about Lamar is I feel like sometimes he has an identity crisis on the football field. Y'all remember 2 years ago, AFC Championship game, they're hosting Kansas City. Lamar, you're the most dynamic quarterback running we've ever seen in the history of the NFL. But you decide not to run the ball in the most important game of your life. AFC Championship game at home against Mahomes. Now this year, it's like, Lamar, you are so lethal running the ball, but sometimes we hesitate to run the ball. Matthew McConaughey was speaking 2 days ago. I went to him. I heard him speak. He said something that blew my mind. He said, whatever you do great, be better at that. Don't get good at what you do okay. Whatever you do great, be better at that. but don't get good at what you do okay. Lamar Jackson, what you do great is run the ball like we ain't never seen before in our lives. Yet now it's as though Lamar has become a much better passer. But like, bro, Lamar, you go crazy when you run. So like, 2-5, break that down for me. Do you want to see him run more? Or are you like, hey, if he runs too much, his career gets shortened? Yeah. Talk to us.
Nah, I mean, the only thing about Lamar Jackson, though, is when you got a player that special, that good, you let him do his thing, right? I don't want to – I could critique a player, but a certain style, that's his style. You know what I mean? Because sometimes he might see somewhere, I could throw the ball more, or I could hold the ball longer to get guys open. Because a lot of them sacks, I would say, is his fault. But that's the gift and the curse, because sometimes he holds the ball, he makes a play, then he finds somebody deep. Yeah. That's just the gift and the curse.
Point. Really good point. Yeah, really good point.
We got a super chat here from Joshua Hammond.
Super chat!
He says, I'm impressed with the Lions. He says, I'm impressed with the Lions, but do you think teams will start targeting Derrick Henry now that it's 3 times in a row?
Oh, let me answer that.
Yeah,
listen,
lock in, Shady.
One thing, when you fumble, right, and the team knows it, or you do something on tape, every defense you about to go against, they see that. So if they were stripping at the ball before, now they sit on tape, they're going to be stripping at the ball every single play. I know how that feels, and that is not a good one.
Hey, real talk, it's like Shady just cooked on it, but it's blood in the water for defenses going up against the Ravens.
Ooh, that's that blood in
the water.
You just start saying sharks everywhere.
That's it. The very first thing, and let me look this up. I want to make sure I get this right. Let me look this up. I want to get this right. Yeah. The very first thing that Steve Spagnuolo, the Kansas City Chiefs defensive coordinator, is going to say as they play the Baltimore Ravens next week, hey, 22 likes to give it up. Let's go get it. Hey, 22, Derrick Henry. Hey, 22, he's going to give us one. And he'll give us one when it matters most. Let's go get it. Hey, when the game gets tight, 22, he forgets to hold on to the ball. Hey, let's punch at it. Let's rip at it. Let's club at it. Let's squat at it. Hey, 22 going to give us one defense. Hey, you hear me, Bolton? Linebacker for the Chiefs. 22 going to give us one. Hey, you hear me, Tranquil? Linebacker for the Chiefs. 22 going to give us one. Hey, Chris Jones. 22 going to give us one. Let's go get one. Let's go get one. So all the opposing defenses are doing moving forward, they smell blood in the water. Derrick Henry, he the blood. The defenses, they the sharks. They gonna eat.
And real quick, they're going to have around the facility and all the defensive meeting rooms, they're going to have try to get that ball out, right? All week. So when they practice, they're going to be doing it more, emphasize it all day, all week. Because when I fumble before, and you see it more than once on tape, they're always trying to get it. You know what I mean? And it's weird because when I didn't fumble a lot, and I had a ball out wild, they wouldn't even attack the ball as much. Because every message from a team is from your coach. If your coach think everything is blue, the players would think everything is blue. That's how it works. And the last thing, on tape, where I will block like a linebacker, if I don't block well, and I get ran over or something, every linebacker's going to do it. Boom. Because the coach going to say,
that's it. All we doing is bull rushing. All we doing is bull rushing.
Yeah, that's the worst thing.
That's a crazy thing to me, though, too. Just how quickly narratives change in the NFL. Now, all of a sudden, Derrick Henry can't protect the ball. And it changes that quickly. Like, overnight. I mean, everybody, I guess, whatever y'all see on film is just what's going to end up continuing to happen. We are waiting for Jahmyr Gibbs to join the show here. He had a hell of a night. David Montgomery had a hell of a night, too. I mean, This running game right now for the Lions. Everyone was concerned after week 1 playing the Packers. That Packers defensive line gave them hell straight up. I mean, the linebacker group too. What do you think that's going to be something that comes up the next time they play the Packers, or have they figured something out after week 1?
I think they figured something out, but I think what we don't talk enough about is the Packers as a defense, they know the Lions better than anybody. They see him twice a year, and they've seen Dan Campbell twice a year for the last 4 years since Dan Campbell's been a head coach. So I'm to some degree disregarding that Detroit Lions-Packers Week 1 game. John Morton's first time calling plays, so he's trying to figure out the structure of it all. It's Jared Goff's first time receiving plays from John Morton, and the Packers know them incredibly intently. Lions are rolling. Lions are getting it together. And remember, you got both 2 running backs that are capable of going over 125 yards all-purpose each every game. It's dumb. Like, it's 2-5 is crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, though, man. Like, I like what they got going on over there, though.
Yeah.
Lions. Like just saying that, because I was scared. Like, man, I don't see this same type of Lions offense. And now when I see it, it's back. So I kind of owe more.
I think the thing that was great, though, to be honest with you, was the creativity. The creativity was probably the best thing that I saw about it tonight. Early on, week 1, you were thinking, man, where are those trick plays? Where's the misdirection? Where's all the fun stuff that Ben Johnson loves doing? is this just a Dan Campbell staple to be quirky, to have all these different types of things moving around, or is this just the identity of that offense and those players, or maybe Jared Goff? I don't know.
I think it's a couple things. Remember, Morton was up under Ben Johnson for these last several years. So he already knows that the trick plays are there. And a hit dog hollers. What I mean by that is Dan Campbell got called out after week 1 by a reporter. Reporter went up to head coach Dan Campbell and said, hey, you don't motion a lot. And Dan Campbell's like, well, do you know how many times we motioned this game? And the reporter kind of hesitantly was like, well, you didn't motion as much week 1 as you did last year. Dan Campbell's like, do you have the percentages in front of you? Dan Campbell was so sensitive to that because the reporter was on to something. Reporter simply saying, hey, your offense don't look as good this year as it did last year. Dan Campbell immediately addresses that. 50 burger the following week, and then a 38-point burger this week.
He took that one personal.
Yeah. He took it personal. Kieran, why you at?
I was gonna say we got some super chats.
Yeah, we do have some
super chats. Super chats is getting popping. The super chats is getting popping. So let's get right to it. Jack Ballard said, "Missed your guys' takes. Remind me of barbershop talk. Off topic, but do you think the Seahawks are real or fugazi?"
Let me address Jack real quick. Jack, let me address you real quick. Seahawks, they actually look good. The dilemma for me and the very big question for me is how good is the rest of the division? I think the Cardinals might be imposters. We will find out. Obviously, y'all see them on Thursday. The Niners, they just lost Nick Bosa. Brock Purdy's been hurt. George Kittle's been hurt. So that's a war of attrition. I believe that division is going to come down to who can survive and who can sustain the longest. Rams are obviously good, but Puka Nacua, y'all know he be getting hurt. It's going to be a war of attrition in the NFC West. We will see, Jack.
Hey, that was Jack that said that?
Jack said that.
Listen, Jack, look, bro, let me tell you something. Don't let all that stuff fool you with them Seahawks. I ain't saying they ain't bad, but, bro, the Saints is god-awful.
Awful.
Yo, who's the best college team right now?
Probably Ohio State or
My Indiana Hoosiers.
They might be.
Let's not get distracted.
Anyway,
My bad.
I'm willing to bet, dog, that they can beat the Saints. The Saints is bad.
Wow.
Like, the Saints be trying to lose. I watch, I say, yo, they about to block this punt. Ain't sure they like, bro.
Hey.
God.
The Saints are putting in the tank.
Next super chat. We got to get to these super chats.
We got another $20 super chat. Shout out to my dog Marlon. I actually used to work with Marlon at Best Buy. Fun fact.
Is that Marlon?
Yeah.
Good employee?
Now he like a bodybuilder now. He
What did he say?
my bad.
Social train.
My fault. Marlon said,
his
finally,
body?
someone is getting the Aaron Rodgers treatment he dealt with most of his career. Have to score 40.
Hold on, Marlon.
Marlon, we gotta
Hold
get back
on,
to
Marlon.
Get back to
Hold on.
Okay.
We got a star in the show.
Yes, we do.
We got a star in the
building.
Speakeasy.
Uh-huh.
We got a star in the Speakeasy.
That boy a bad boy right there. Bad boy right there.
Jahmyr Gibbs, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause.
Round of applause.
Round of
Let's go.
applause. Round of applause. I don't hear y'all clapping in the back. Thank you. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
That's the next face of the league right here, the running backs. Clap that thing up back there, Jared.
2-5, get it going, bro.
Hey, look, Jahmyr, real quick. Always good to see you, my brother. Great game. Congrats on the win. It's crazy, though. We had Bucky Irvin on here last week, right after the game. And I said, yo, name me your top 5 shiftiest dudes. And of course, he said your name. So a lot of shout out to you, man. But let's talk about this game. Let's talk about this game tonight, though. How'd y'all do it in Baltimore? How'd y'all do that thing?
I mean, we came in knowing that we was gonna have to outscore him. You know, that dude on other team number 8, he a bad boy. So we knew he was gonna get his. So we just had to stay the course and score touchdowns. So yeah,
Bruh, 200 yards rushing is crazy, bro.
Against the Ravens?
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, did y'all know y'all were capable of running the ball this well against that Ravens defense?
I mean, we think we can run the ball against anybody. So it is what it is.
I like that right there.
Hey, we got a stat here tonight, Jahmyr, that you, David Montgomery, and Amon-Ra St. Brown are now the trio with the most touchdowns. Now a trio with the most games with a touchdown in them in NFL history. Y'all have more than any other trio in NFL history. 10 games where all 3 of y'all have scored a touchdown. What can you say about the connection that you have with that team? And are y'all, in your opinion, the best trio in the NFL right now?
Yeah, we zone 6. That's what we are.
Okay, it's the Speakeasy, baby. Hey, answer me this, bro. Answer me this. Biggest difference right now between week 1 to week 3. Week 1, Packers, they hold y'all down. Everybody's questioning. Oh, the line. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I know what's going on, man. Best duo in the league,
Hey, that was David Montgomery. What up, baby?
What's happening, man? How y'all living?
Y'all boys, y'all gotta stop doing that, huh? Y'all gotta stop doing that.
Nah, We just trying to do something that ain't never been done before. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Gibbs just said best duo in the league. What you got to say to that?
What you got to say to it?
So we on 6.
Hey, I like these cats
I got
right
a
here,
question for
bro.
y'all, though.
I like
You feel
these
me?
cats.
It ain't no disrespect. It just is what it is.
Oh,
Okay,
we
yeah,
got Jerry Goff in the building. We got Goff in the building.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Question for you though. It's been a lot of talk about Michael Parsons going to Green Bay. Do y'all
Yeah.
still win this division?
Yeah, for sure. He's a great player, but we got trust in our team though. We gonna do.
But why you say that so confident like that? Like
Yeah.
Green Bay ain't no
Ain't no
walk in the park.
slouch. They ain't no suckers.
I mean, we've been doing this. We're used to it. We expect to win every game. So, we ain't finna come in a game thinking we're gonna lose. Like,
I got one more question for you real quick.
Go ahead.
Game three. Right, beat the Ravens. 200 yards together, right?
Yeah, they did that.
Can I get some numbers at the end of the year? Because I love when my running backs get crazy busy. So I need some numbers from you and David Montgomery. What I need some numbers. Like, what can I expect? 1,300?
rushing?
Yeah. Give me 1,500 too.
I have last
1,800.
year 14. What I had 14 last year.
Calm little 14.
I got
14 last year.
I gotta get over that. Just say that I gotta get over that.
Hey, I'm
gonna try to hit at least 24 touchdowns at least.
I got two more for you. Why should Lions fans not be worried that Ben Johnson is gone? Because they want to hear that. If they could ask anything, why should they not be worried?
I mean, Johnny Mo's done a great job since he's been here. You know, we just put up almost 40 points both games, and haven't lost a beat. So you really couldn't tell who's calling plays, honestly.
Facts. And then do this. Deion Dawkins, he joined us from the family suite. Josh Jacobs, he joined us from the facility, from the game room. Lane Johnson joined us from the bus. Show the world where you at so they see how exclusive the Speakeasy is. Flip the camera or something. Let us see where you at, bro.
We just in the hallway. Too much noise in the locker room. I couldn't hear it. I had to come out here.
Hey, Jahmyr, last week we had Bucky, and Bucky Urban told us that you were in his top 5 most shifty running backs. I want to get your list. Top 5 fastest running backs in the NFL, in your opinion.
That's a good one.
All right, so me, Devon, that's 1 and 2. I say Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, wow.
Hey, who else? Buddy from what team he's on? 2N. He ran 4.3.
Oh, 2N. He fast. He is fast.
Yeah, he ran 4.3. And then I say on the way there, he ain't be moving. He be sliding, but I don't know. I say. I gotta think of all the backs, bro.
You got Saquon. You got a bunch.
I got 4.
Can we give us his top 5 before you leave?
Well, he got to go. This is his last question.
Okay.
2-5, last question.
Who's the top 5 in the league right now? Top 5.
Just overall.
And you in
Overall
the top 5. So let's
All right.
give me 4.
So put me in. All right, bet. Saquon.
Yep.
Derek.
Yep.
Right now, JT. I got David Montgomery.
Okay.
I like that. I like that.
five.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Appreciate y'all.
Jahmyr Gibbs. My dog, we going to see y'all after the next primetime game. Stay healthy. Keep crushing it. One of the best in the league. Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all respect.
You know it. Hey, it's a Speakeasy.
Man. I love that boy.
It's really in the Speakeasy. We got Gibbs. We got Montgomery.
What?
Jared Goff even
on.
pulled up. Like, what are we talking about, bro? It's lit.
It's lit.
I want to tell Jared Goff, yo, man, how you doing? My man hates on you every day.
Hey, you see, Goff got in there. He got out of there. I said, hey,
right.
That's nice to see you.
Speakeasy, the only place you get him out of the game.
You got games on your phone? you got games?
Looking down at the camera like, yo, know what?
Yo, okay, Kier Bear. What else we got? That was man. It's the Speakeasy.
Marlon's super chat here. Make sure he gets heard. He said, finally someone's getting the Aaron Rodgers treatment. He dealt with most of his career. Have to score 40 plus to win games. Meanwhile, Brady only had to average 17 plus to win every playoff game. Hashtag Speakeasy. How we feeling about that? Is he just this generation's Aaron Rodgers?
The difference is talking Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
The reason I refute that to eternity.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson had a number 2 defense
Yeah, we got
Number 3 defense. A number 3 defense. Lamar's had 3 top 5 defenses in his short career. Aaron Rodgers has had 1 top 5 defense in 21 years.
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
And the one time he did, he won a Super Bowl and was a Super Bowl MVP.
Lamar, I even had the groups for that one.
You know what I
was-
mean?
yeah,
Like,
that was-
Lamar's had either 3 or 4 top 5 defenses, including a top 2 defense, and he hosted the Chiefs when the Chiefs didn't have
And that
Tyreek
defense
Hill
was
at home.
loaded.
And that defense was crazy.
Yeah, that defense was crazy. It's now time we talk about something I want to talk about. The Dallas Cowboys are going from bad to even worse now.
Yeah.
Sedarian Lamb is now expected to miss 3 to 4 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Yes, I said his full government name.
Wait, hold up.
His
This
name
might
is
sound like a dumb question. Yo, that's his name?
Yeah, Sedarian, yeah.
Oh, I thought his name was
Yeah, Sedarian.
I thought his mom named me CD.
Dak's name is Rain Dakota, and it's Sedarian Lamb, yeah. CD Lamb.
Oh,
Man,
Well, yeah.
they
When I
gotta
next
start
time I
going
say-
by their
Next
names,
time I say
bro.
that to him, he gonna like,
You know what I mean? If I knew they was named Rain and Sedarian, I wouldn't put as
Rain?
much money on them.
Dak. That's Dak. Rain Dakota Prescott. That's his name.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Dak sound cold.
Dak does
wait,
sound cold.
I thought that was his real name.
Nah, Rain. Rain.
I don't even know these guys, man.
I've been lied to.
You don't even know him for real, man.
Kieran, what happened to CD?
So CD,
my real name is LaShawn.
It's really. I don't think anyone was questioning that.
Dak.
Oh, I just want to let y'all know though.
You should. I'm not gonna lie. At one point, you had enough order to go change it legally, like Chad did with Ocho.
Ocho?
You maybe
Just change the shade?
Maybe you can do it now.
Can we
Maybe you can do it now.
focus?
Okay,
What
sorry,
happened
sorry.
to Sedarian?
My bad.
CeeDee Lamb high ankle sprain. Jerry said he might land on the IR as well, set to miss 3 to 4 weeks. It's just tough.
Jerry trying to get some draft picks. He ain't low. He is not low. I just, boy, you almost had me.
Yo.
He tried to give it a go in the same game though
he
as
did.
well.
Yeah, he
and
was
ended
hurt.
up-
He was
yeah.
hurt. But then
Ended
real
up-
quick on that, you running the ball, you're getting like 4 to 5 yards a pop. You put your superstar, all-pro, top 5 wide receiver in the backfield and gave him a handoff, and it was a real handoff. Did y'all see it?
Hell yeah.
He like dropped back.
Yeah.
Like, why are we doing that?
Yeah, after the defense
That was crazy.
looked god-awful as well. Got a funny post here. Wide receiver 1 is out. Our starting right guard is out. Our center is out. The defense is legally blind. Tolbert is wide receiver 2. Thank you for the ride. It was fun being a Cowboys fan this season for the rest of the year. I'm announcing right now, I will be bandwagoning the Kansas City Chiefs, a team that will not let me down and was also started in the city of Dallas. So it was fun being a Cowboys fan for 3 weeks of the season. It's over, fellas. It's over.
Yeah, at least
Bruh,
you know. At least you know.
I know. I was going to say, like, I want to disagree with you, but if you're the Cowboys, you might as well start planning for next year.
What?
Like, even with CeeDee Lamb, you were probably going to win 6 to 8 games this year. Without CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens and Dak Prescott, they don't look like they're on the same page, and they don't necessarily play the same type of ball. Shade, you know this better than me. George Pickens is a just throw it up kind of guy. Dak Prescott is not a just throw it up kind of quarterback. No. That's why Dak Prescott and Dez Bryant were beefing in Dak's first year with the Cowboys, because Dez is like, if I'm covered, I'm open. But Dak is like, no, if you're open, you're open. George Pickens is always covered, but he's always open. So to me right now, the most trustworthy receiver for the Cowboys is a tight end, Jake Ferguson. He had the most catches of his career in a game last game after CD went out. That's not enough to win. If you don't have an offense that can go, you don't got a defense that can go.
That's why they brought him there, though.
True.
So if anything happens to CD or he's getting too much attention, you go over and you eat. That's why they got him there. You dropping passes in clutch moments? You can't do that.
Shady, educate me on this. When people say, because I know it from a defensive perspective, but when people say like George Pickens and Dak, they don't have complementary games. Can you speak to that from an offensive perspective?
like for example, like a guy like CD is all over the field, right? He knows when to sit in zone drops, right? Where Dak likes to just pluck all the way down the field. Quick. Dak is excellent at getting the ball out, get out hot, quick outs, 3-step drops. But when I look at Pickens, though, he's a certain type of like receiver. I don't think he can just play with anybody.
Yeah.
He needs Tony Romo, a guy that can go throw you all these back shoulders, gives you all these 50-50 balls, and give you a chance to make a catch on somebody or get a flag. But as far as like being a receiver that he does every route on the route tree, that's not him.
It's not at all.
Not him.
George Pickens, he's running goals, he's running comebacks, he's running posts.
And you know what? He reminds me though, like they're obviously different styles. But Plaxico Burress was that type of dude too, though. Yeah. Where now Pickens might be a little more agile and athletic, but as far as like the contested aggressive catches, that's what he did.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's very DeAndre Hopkins to me.
Yeah,
he's very D-Hop to me.
Right, something
You know
like
what
that.
I'm
I didn't want to
saying?
use somebody like Hopkins. He's so great.
He's so
That's what
good.
I'm trying to get.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with y'all though too. Looking forward, you sent Micah Parsons off for 2 first-rounders over the next 2 years. You have 4 first-round draft picks set for the next 2 years. Why win? I know Jerry is way too prideful to try to sell an entire season. what's the point of winning right now? Whenever you could get a top 10 draft position over the next 2 years to go along with whatever pick you're going to have from the Packers as well.
I'm trying to think. They're only 1 and 2, right?
They're only 1 and 2. Obviously, like they're still competitive. And again, give me my one shot quickly. The biggest myth, at least in the NFL, is tanking. You got 53 grown men that are going out there realizing they have to play hard because if you don't play hard, you get hurt.
Yeah.
So the biggest myth in the NFL is tanking. Players are trying to play for all pros. They're trying to play for Pro Bowls. They're trying to play for bonuses in their contract. They're trying to play to make sure another team signs them if their team doesn't re-sign them. They're trying to play like LaShawn McCoy for Hall of Fame legacies. You cannot convince 53 men to go out there and tank. What you can do is play bad players, but so long as Dak Prescott is out there, the Cowboys are going to have a chance to be competitive because he's too good for the Cowboys to just be 0-17. Obviously, they've already won 1 game. So the biggest myth, let me just disperse this for Cowboys fans, y'all aren't tanking. And unless y'all start Milton Williams tomorrow, which isn't going to happen, y'all are still going to win 6 to 8 games.
And I think about, like, if you ever see like a really, really good team play against a bad team and the bad team wins, do you see how happy them players are?
Yeah.
They're not trying to tank.
Yeah, they're not trying to lose, bro.
Hey, Jerry, if you need me and 52 other grown men to go put our bodies on the line every week to give us the #1 overall pick, hit my line. I'll take the vet minimum of many of us. I don't even know if that's a word. But let's go ahead and talk about another team in the NFC East. The Giants are currently, potentially, maybe, switching their quarterback. We had audio here from Brian Daboll at his press availability today.
What'd he say?
He would not commit to Russell Wilson starting again.
Dan Duggan.
Hold on, so you're not saying Russ is the starter, right? You're saying you're still working through that?
Yeah, we're doing what we normally do, which is, watch the tape. We're just watching it with the players right now. So, we'll have staff meetings after this, but when we come in, we watch the tape. Offense, defense, kicking game as a staff, and then we go meet with the players. That's where.
How do we feel about him being non-committal right now with his starting quarterback?
No, real quick though, wait. Because sometimes when we have topics, I've been working with Archer for like so long, and sometimes I'll start rambling and all that. He look at me like, yo, wrap this up. That's what he's doing. What is he talking about? Bro, is he your quarterback or is he not? Is he starting or is not? He's like, what? Every week we just, the defense, the offense. What? Huh? What? Is he your quarterback or is not? And I think you already watched that tape 20,000 times already, and you know your quarterback is not Russ. Because you just said, no, Russ is our guy, because I watched him last week. Or one of them, or game 1. I forget what game it was, but they asked him, hey, is Russ?
Game 1.
He said, yes.
Yep.
Russ is our starter.
Yep.
Right there, he just started rambling.
Yep. Shady's exactly right. Game 1, he said it with his chest. Game 2, he waffled a little bit. He said, we don't know if Russ is going to be the starter, but the very next day, Russ is a starter. Now he's waffling again. Here's the biggest thing that I don't know if enough people paid attention to. Daboll said, I got to watch the tape to the side. If you watch the tape from this last game, it will tell you Russ should not be the starter.
That was bad.
Like, don't watch that tape.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, because that tape says Russ shouldn't be the starter.
No.
It's 3rd and goal.
Don't cut on any tape that's not.
Not that tape.
Watch tape.
Like, not that tape.
Yeah.
Like, y'all remember, Karen, let me know if you remember this,
funny,
bro.
though.
You ever remember when you, like, failed something in class and your teachers was finna send the grades home and you had to make sure mom didn't see the grade?
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, you grew up in a Nigerian household and you did that? Boy,
Playing wild game.
you had lashings on the way. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Like,
Hey.
that's how Russ got to feel with this tape. Because if Daboll watches this tape, Shady said it yesterday, 3rd and goal, you throw it out the back of the end zone.
What was that?
4th and goal with the game on the line, you throw it out the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
Wait, real quick. I have one
Fourth
request.
down.
Tell you one more
We need
request.
quick
go
time.
ahead.
Can we watch it one more time?
Yeah.
Real quick,
I
though.
need
Real quick.
that Daboll sound.
Real quick. I'll make sure I'm not tripping, though.
over the next few days.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Is he your quarterback?
Oh, my goodness.
Run it from the top. Run it from the top.
Dan Duggan.
There you go.
Hold on, so you're not saying Russ is the starter, right? You're saying you're still working through that?
Yeah, we're doing what we normally do, which is, watch the tape. We're just watching it with the players right now. So, we'll have staff meetings after this, but when we come in, we watch the tape.
Yeah.
Offense, defense, kicking game as a staff, and then we go meet with the players. That's where we're at right now.
Yo.
They're calling him Point Shaving Russ in the chat right
Yo.
now.
Now listen. I know you've been a great boyfriend. I know you about to be a great husband. I know you single though.
Yeah, my dog.
Yo, you ever get caught cheating? You just start rambling. Where was you at? Well, I was with. LJ, but then he got in trouble. His girl was tripping. You just start saying stuff. Brian Daboll is just saying stuff, dog. Yo,
He know he cheating on it. He know he cheating on his quarterback.
he know he
cheating on
going
his
to dark. Yo, Russ, we figure it out. We always do this. Jackson, you ready? You good? Man, come on, man.
Can I play devil's advocate though?
Go ahead, Social Trey.
So this would be the hesitance for Jackson Dart, right?
Okay.
Schedule's very tough. Do you really want to throw your rookie quarterback to the wolves of the Los Angeles Chargers coming up?
Defense.
You get a week off with the Saints. Then you get the Eagles.
Yeesh.
Then you get the Broncos. Then you get the Eagles again. Do you really want to sell your rookie quarterback into that? We're just talking about blood in the water.
It didn't seem that bad. These other Eagles, you like, you start seeing all type of hickeys on his head. I just start seeing him limping around. Yeah, you right.
Yeah,
The Eagles,
I don't know. It's just something to think about. I don't know.
You ever see a prawn in the water with another fish, a baby fish?
Gets ugly fast.
Okay.
The only thing I would say is this, because I was thinking about that. You said they got the Chiefs, and then I think they got a bye week, and then the Saints.
No. Chargers.
Chargers, bye week, Saints.
No, Chargers, Saints, Eagles, Broncos.
It's got to be.
The bye week is after the Eagles.
It's got to be for the Saints. You have to start him against the Saints.
Okay.
Saints just let Sam Darnold and the Seahawks put up, I think it was like 52 points. If you ever want him to get a win early on in the season, it's got to be against the Saints. Don't roll him out there against the Chargers in that top 5 defense. Roll him out there against the Saints. Probably get a dub. Jackson Dart versus Spencer Rattler. I like my chances.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jackson Dart versus Spencer Rattler. By the time you see the Eagles, it's going to be a bloodbath. Eagles again, bloodbath. But you got to start them versus Saints.
I like a trial by fire. My mom also just super chatted. She said we have stories about the hiding the homework. I'm 27 now, Mom. I'm not going back to school. We got to talk about the 49ers, though. The curse continues. Another injury, another season-ending injury for another one of their superstars. As it was announced, defensive end Nick Bosa is believed to have suffered a torn ACL. Left Sunday early, giving the thumbs down while walking off the field. He knew. Fellas, are the 49ers just cursed in this era because they cannot stay healthy?
I might be the NFL. A lot of people are getting hurt right now.
Yeah.
But it's their superstars every time.
Yeah.
Whether it's McCaffrey, whether it's Bosa, again now, whether it's whoever it is.
Purdy.
Purdy.
Yeah.
Here's what I know.
Brandon
I know
Ayuk.
the Niners aren't winning a Super Bowl without Nick Bosa. So, this is why I feel bad for this season. The Niners look good. They're 3-0. I think they already have 2 divisional wins, if I'm not mistaken. I think they beat the Seahawks and they beat the Cardinals. So, they already got a 2-game lead on that division, and they're sitting undefeated. But without Nick Bosa, one of the best defensive players of the last 10 years, former defensive player of the year, you're not winning a Super Bowl. So, I just feel bad 2-5 for the Niners because now you got to go another season. You ain't got Kittle. You ain't got Bosa. And Purdy's hurt.
Yeah, but I mean, you say like
You
that.
know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody's hurt, and they always get hurt.
And they always get hurt
when you need them. That's another thing.
And think about it. McCaffrey's healthy now.
Yeah.
So it's like nobody gets right. Last year, McCaffrey's hurt. Bosa's healthy.
Right.
This
Oh, it's
year,
never-
McCaffrey.
right.
Nobody's ever healthy for the Niners all together at the same
they got
time.
Who's on their
But-
training
but-
staff, man?
I think they're cursed right now because everybody's getting hurt. But I'll ask you this, though. Niners being 3-0 right now means way more than Niners used to be 3-0.
I know.
Because it's like, you knew they were going to be 3-0. But I didn't know they would be 3-0.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's something there, though. There is something there.
They're absolutely right.
Because they 3-0, and I didn't see them being 3-0.
And Matt Jones, I think he's won the last
Come
2
on
games.
now. And a good team needs a backup quarterback that can win you games.
We've seen that.
they got that.
And they got that exactly right. Care Bear, what else on the menu, G?
We got to talk about Sheduer Sanders. Deion Sanders was on a podcast recently and accidentally let it out that the Eagles wanted to draft Sheduer Sanders, and he also turned them down, much like he did the Ravens, due to not wanting to be a backup to a franchise quarterback. How we feeling about this, fellas?
I said it before. I hate this. I hate it. And again, if it's the backup in me speaking, that's fine. I'm not egotistical enough to say, oh, I should have been. No. And maybe it's the backup in me speaking. Maybe that's what it is. I hate this. Here's why. Last time I did all this yelling and all this stuff about where was Tom Brady drafted? Where was this person? I'm not going to do that this time. Let's talk about the Eagles, Care Bear. Where was Jalen Hurts drafted?
Second round.
Second round to the Eagles, behind Carson Wentz, who was the highest paid quarterback in the NFL at the time, $135 million. Carson Wentz had just helped the Eagles get a 1 seed, 13-3. They went on to win the Super Bowl. Nick Foles led them there. Eagles kicked Nick Foles out the door. He got $88 million by the Jags for Carson Wentz. So surely Carson Wentz was going to be the starter in Philadelphia for the next 10 years. Number 2 overall pick, had led his team to a number 1 seed. They went on to win the Super Bowl. The Eagles got rid of their Super Bowl MVP, of whom a statue was built outside of the stadium, Lincoln Financial Field, for Carson Wentz. So surely Wentz is going to be the starter. And within a year and 4 games, Jalen Hurts is the starter. And Jalen Hurts has now gone on to 2 Super Bowls, a Super Bowl MVP, an All-Pro, and he looks like he's going to be the Eagles starter for the next 10 years. So the reason I hate this is because you just never know where your NFL life is going to take you. Ask Jalen Hurts. You think if Jalen Hurts' agent, Nicole Lynn, we all know her, Nicole Lynn at Clutch, shout out to her. She does a phenomenal job. You think if it was up to Jalen Hurts' agent, she would have had Jalen Hurts going to the Philadelphia Eagles behind Carson Wentz? Hell no. That's the same draft class with Joe Burrow. He was going to the Bengals to start right away. Tua Tagovailoa, he was going to go start over Ryan Fitzpatrick right away. Justin Herbert, he was going to go back up Tyrod Taylor, thus start right away. Jordan Love, he was behind Aaron Rodgers, so we knew that wasn't going to be any good. But meanwhile, you draft Jalen Hurts, and he's drafted behind, I think, a 26, 27-year-old Carson Wentz. And now look at him, bro.
I totally disagree with you. First of all, he's supposed to go with round, or not, with pick, Sheduer, like top 10, top 15.
Yeah.
The whole time we was talking about that. Okay, so it didn't happen like that. But in his mindset, he had like the power where he could kind of create his own narrative where he wants to go. If me and you could have did that and say, hey, LaShawn, Acho, you could play for any team you really want to. Or you can tell teams, I don't want to play for you, I want to play for y'all. Players can't do that, but Sheduer could. And if you think about this, I don't think Jalen Hurts would have said, yo, I don't want to play for them. Why not?
Because Carson.
Yeah, but
Remember who Carson was, Shady.
But Jalen Hurts wasn't Sheduer Sanders in college. I feel like with all the attention,
all the hype,
all the hype,
no.
Yeah, so he came in. It was like, I'm the guy. I just feel like him trying to go to a team where he can play now instead of playing behind Jalen Hurts, who's winning Super Bowls, or Lamar Jackson, who's freaking MVP after MVP. I'm gonna go to a team where I can start today, or at least I can compete to start.
But here's my thing, bro. Because here's where I feel like we're living in like a duality of worlds. Sheduer, if you that confident and you got that much dog in you, go beat out Jalen Hurts. Oh, which one is it? Obviously, you're not going to beat out Jalen Hurts, more obvious than not. But again, I know the Eagles well. Shady knows them better. Carson Wentz was not getting beat out by Jalen Hurts. If you would have asked me before the 2020 season if Carson Wentz was going to get beat out by Jalen Hurts, we all would have called you a liar. Everybody. Right. Everybody. But by week 14, Shady, Jalen Hurts makes his first start against the Saints.
But why did he start, though? Because
Carson was bad.
When Carson was 100% healthy, I don't care how good Jalen Hurts was. If Carson Wentz was healthy and he was playing how he was playing, we would never known how great Jalen Hurts was. You get what I'm saying? So he got injured, so things changed. But if he didn't get injured, we wouldn't know who Jalen Hurts was.
But my thought,
so I say all that to say,
talk to me.
Where now I go to a team where if no injuries or injuries, it don't matter. I'm gonna get a chance to play. There's some guys that gotta get injured or not be good for me to play. But if you go to the Browns, I'm in a room full of backups.
Yeah, but then Kieran, can everybody return their anger? Can we return our outrage and go get our emotions back? Because all the outrage we gave to the Sanders family, ain't nobody drafted Sheduer. Man, what the hell? Wait a second. The Eagles wanted to. The Ravens wanted to. And these are just 2 teams that have leaked in the last 2 weeks. Now, we know Howie Roseman. Shady, again, knows him better than I am. Never going to act like I know him better, but I got Howie Roseman's number 2. I don't think this is a lie. And Deion Sanders said it.
Yeah, he said it.
He said it. Yeah. So if Deion said that the Eagles one was true, we can probably assume the Ravens one was true. So how many other teams tried to draft Sheduer and Sheduer said no? There are only about 4 to 6 teams that Sheduer could have gone to and been a day 1 starter, and the Browns weren't even one of them. So that's why I'm just like, come on, bro. Beggars can't be choosers. And not that Sheduer Sanders is a beggar by any stretch of the imagination, but the NFL is a billion-dollar business. It is a privilege to be a part of the billion-dollar business. Sheduer can ask his older brother Shiloh.
I heard your argument more with Jalen Hurts now. Like I hear it more with Jalen Hurts than I do with Lamar Jackson. like I said, Lamar Jackson would have to lose limbs to come off of the field for the Baltimore Ravens. I'm sorry, it wouldn't be fair. With the Jalen Hurts situation, with as good of an organization as Howie Roseman has built around the quarterback position there, I think it's a crazy choice. I think it is a crazy choice to turn that down. But I still think this season, next season, the season after that, he has way more of a chance of actually getting on the field and being the franchise guy by earning it in Cleveland than he does in Philadelphia or in Baltimore. Yeah. He doesn't have a chance to go earn that there.
No chance.
You don't.
Y'all are trying to like. I feel like y'all are trying to be like the football god. You know what I mean? Like you know in this day and age 2.5, I think this is true. Like you can pick your kid's eye color and you can pick your kid's gender and like you can pick everything you want scientifically for your kid. Now, in this day and age, I believe you can.
Yeah, you can.
This is like we're trying to be football gods here. Hey, Sheduer, I want you to make sure you go to this exact right team at this exact right time slot. You can't be a football god. Your life is your life and your NFL career is your NFL career. Nick Foles is a Super Bowl MVP. He was a third-round pick that was a Philadelphia Eagles starting quarterback. His jersey went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame because with LaShawn McCoy against the Oakland Raiders in 2014, he had 7 touchdown passes. Chip Kelly comes to the Philadelphia Eagles. Nick Foles ends up going to the Rams. He contemplates retirement in 2015. 2016, he winds up back with the Eagles. 2017, Carson Wentz gets hurt. He goes to the Super Bowl. He's a Super Bowl MVP. You never know how your career gonna go, bro. You might be Shady McCoy. Second-round pick, beat out Brian Westbrook, or maybe Westbrook retires or whatever.
He
leaves. Right, Westbrook ends up leaving, and you might go on to have a future Hall of Fame career. Or you might end up backing up Mike Vick in Philly, starting, having a Hall of Fame season, 27 touchdowns, 2 picks. A new coach comes in, trades you to the Rams. You think about retiring. You come back to Philly under Doug Peterson, and now you have a statue outside of a stadium. Sheduer, I don't know how it's going to go. I just don't believe you can be a football god.
I agree, but this is what the Sanders family sees it as. If this is another quarterback coming out randomly with a lot of college football, or a lot of expectations after playing well in college, sure. But the Sanders family doesn't want him to be a Nick Foles playing in a backup role and then getting in and winning a Super Bowl. They want Sheduer to be the franchise guy. They believe that Sheduer has franchise quarterback capability, and so did everyone else apparently before draft night because he was rejected top 10. That's right. In my honest opinion, I think it's crazy. Like, it's hard, in my opinion, in your mind, to switch that standard, to flip that switch on the 2 days afterwards. Yeah. It's hard.
But hold on. Let's do this then. Let's do this for real. Y'all here, let's do this for real. How many quarterbacks then is Sheduer, now that we've seen 3 games of the NFL season, how many quarterbacks is Sheduer starting over? Healthy. He's not starting over Jordan Love. So if the Packers would have called, you got to say no. No. He's not starting over Caleb Williams. So if the Bears call, you got to.
He'd say yes to the Bears.
You can't.
He's not proven yet.
He's a number 1 overall pick.
The 2 quarterbacks that he didn't want to sit behind were a Super Bowl MVP and a league MVP.
Caleb Williams was the number 1. What I'm trying to suggest is this. There's a reason to run from anything. You can look at the Bears and say, Caleb is 23, one of the most highly touted players. They've drafted him. I'm not starting over Caleb Williams. You're not starting over J.J. McCarthy. And you're not starting over Jared Goff. So that division, that's a bust. Let's go to the NFC West, wherever the Cowboys are at. You're not starting over Dak East. You're not starting over Dak Prescott. You're not starting over Jalen Hurts.
I think
you could have started with the Giants, obviously, whatever they got going on. And you're not starting over Jaden Daniels. Let's go to the NFC West. You're not starting over Matthew Stafford. You're not starting over Brock Purdy, who they just paid. They just traded for Sam Darnold. And maybe you could back up Kyler Murray. Maybe that could be tantalizing to you.
Yeah, right.
That's the one. Like, what I'm trying to tell y'all is there's not that many places. There's just not that. You're not starting.
But the 3 places that they wanted him, they talked about was we obviously knew we wanted Tennessee, but who was that? The Browns, the Saints, and I'm missing one more.
Giants.
And the Giants.
And Giants was one.
Yeah, so I want to play for those 3 teams where I can go compete for a job.
Yeah. To me, though, it's not even about what it was this season. It's more about the path to being the franchise guy. I think that's where they're seeing it. Because even if you talk about Dak may or may not be there after this contract is up in 2 years. If you told Sheduer, look, sit behind Dak for 2 seasons, we're gonna make you the guy moving forward. I think he'd take that,
bro. I think
he would.
I guess you just don't. You just never know. It's hard.
I agree, though. You do never know. You do never know.
Have you ever played with players that was really, really good, but they didn't really play or they didn't make teams?
Of course.
But that's situational. I remember my first real situation where I learned that is Danny Amendola.
Amendola,
right? Hell of a player. well, I don't want to get too deep, but when we got there, I was a rookie. Macklin was a rookie. He was
in Philly.
He was in Philly first. And I'm like, damn, who this white dude killing everybody? Hitting them in routes. And he was younger back then, so he was a lot quicker. He was killing everybody. He looked like, to me, it was Deshaun Jackson was killing, and he was killing. I was like, yo, who is this guy, right? I wasn't even doing that well either. Anyway, we get to, like, the end of training camp, and I'm like, damn, where the white dude at? Because Danny was cool, but we wasn't like best friends, but we are good friends. But I'm like, yo, where he at? You know what I mean? They cut him. I'm like, they cut him? How? He's like our best wide receiver other than Deshaun. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. But if he had a chance to pick where he wanted to go, where we just had Deshaun Jackson, we just had Jeremy Mack, number 1 or like 3rd or 4th draft pick in that class, we just paid Jason Avant. I can't be here.
Yeah.
But Brush should have been there.
Yeah.
Danny's my boy. And Danny was nice.
Yeah.
I remember the first time, yo, who this little white guy? He was killing them.
And he went on like Shady said.
And you see how his career went? Yeah. Because he was a good player.
I mean, we saw that this past offseason with Hunter Renfrow in Carolina. They ended up cutting him in favor of a rookie because they liked the upside instead of him who was killing everybody in their training camp.
All the time.
Yeah, it does.
I was gonna say, yeah, we got a super chat. We
got
a quick super chat. Quick little super chat.
Super
Josh
chat
Hammond, who chatted us earlier, said he wants to know: do we think Sheduer is or will start regretting his decision during the draft? Quick yes or no. What y'all think?
Yes.
Shady? No. He don't get a shot.
I think yes, just because he's in Cleveland. No one wants to be in Cleveland. I'm gonna be honest. You got drafted to Cleveland.
Care Bear, what else on the menu? Brothers,
we gotta talk about the Chargers. Najee Harris suffering a torn Achilles. Is this going to hold back this Chargers offense moving forward? Very unfortunate injury to happen to him. First year on a new team.
I think it affects him.
Yeah.
I was watching the games, the way he plays the game. He's like the veteran in the locker room. He's like the veteran in the offense, especially in the running backs. Because you look at the rookie is good, but sometimes he makes me feel like uncomfortable. And I see when Najee's in there, I feel way more comfortable. So I hate that for him, man. They're gonna feel that.
Let me co-sign Shady 1,000%, y'all. Remember, Najee, like Shady said, he's the Chargers security blanket. Against the Raiders, it was Monday night. Omarion Hampton, the rookie, he goes out there, he fumbles the ball with the game on the line. He didn't play another snap. And why didn't he play another snap? Because you got Najee Harris, a 5-year NFL vet in the backfield, and you can count on him. You lose your security blanket, and Omarion Hampton right now doesn't look great. Looks cool. First round pick, though, obviously, he's a rookie. He's only played 3 games. Like, he doesn't look special.
He looks cool.
He looks cool.
Yeah,
he looks cool. I think it matters, especially for a team that should have Super Bowl aspirations.
Yeah, we got to talk about the Texans quarterback situation. We have a funny tweet up here as well. Texans fans rather frustrated with their quarterback as C.J. Stroud during his media availability.
I thought we ran the ball well. I thought we somewhat threw it well. It's always better than what you think, but when you lose, of course, it's not good enough. So, there's the sun will rise up tomorrow, and we'll be able to go back to work. So that's a positive. And
the sun will rise up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's not what you want to hear from your franchise quarterback.
Die-hard Texas fan hearing that.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Hey, he ain't lying.
I love his mentality. I think CJ's gonna be fine. He's a great player, but it doesn't sound the best right now.
Can I ask a question? What's worse? The sun will rise up tomorrow, or I can't do half the things Josh Allen does?
Okay, now we're never gonna get that bad. We're never gonna get that bad. Tua for sure.
Oh, okay.
Tua, like I said, Tua was really looking at like.
Oh, y'all cutting up for this Speakeasy, like, okay, yo, that I'm a lot of bro. True story.
All right.
When I heard that interview, I called my man up. I said, yo, put a big bet on the Bills. I've never heard or seen nothing in my life. That's crazy.
Shoot.
Yeah, no, that was nasty. That was nasty. Speaking of nasty, we gotta look at this video.
But hold on, I gotta ask Shady a question first before you get this video. Hold on, Shady. So off of last week, Shady, we showed Sydney McLaughlin-Nevroni, Olympic gold medalist from the great track athletes of our generation, and Shady said, "Man, she's beautiful." Yeah. And I said, Shady, I don't know if that's respectful. And he said, you can't call somebody else's, significant other beautiful. Mm-hmm. So then I saw this thing about Smitty's fiance or Devontae Smith's wife or whatever the case may be, and I saw this video. And so I said, I need to ask YouTube and I need to ask Shady, is this respectful? Security guard almost broke his neck. Apparently that's Smitty's fiance. Fellas, is this a compliment? Like,
Wow.
is it a compliment if somebody is looking at your lady like that, like 2'5", you're on the hot seat? Is that a compliment?
Yes, it is. Listen, if a dude ain't looking at your girl the same way, she ain't the right one.
Like that though?
Yeah, I mean, she
I need that video again. Don't move from me, Kia Bear.
Because Smitty probably looked at her the same way. Oh my man, how you doing? What's your name? And he went back to get at her.
But
it's a respect thing, man.
But Shady, this a little aggressive.
It's the
bro.
He don't even know her.
with it though, man.
It's aggressive.
Hey, he like his sister.
She like a little bit of chocolate.
You know what I mean?
Social trade.
I don't know if you want me to. Please look at my lady like that.
Yeah.
Let me know I got a baddie on my arm.
Thank you.
Just don't touch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't touch.
I'm cool with
That's
it too,
all I
though.
got.
To be honest with you.
You
I'm
can
cool with
look
it too.
all you want.
No, yeah.
Window shop away, please.
Fair.
Just don't
Yeah.
touch.
You just gotta catch him
And
there
don't
though. When
speak.
you walking with him, just turn around and catch him.
Don't speak
Don't
either.
hit the man. Say beautiful. I ain't gonna say no names or point no elbows, but
What about this? How y'all feel about this? Right? You walking with your girl, dude come up to you and he's just like, "Dang, you got a good one, bro. Where you find her at? How you feel about that?"
Can I tell a true story?
Hold on. Social trade got a story.
I got a story.
Talk to a social trade.
No BS. Me, my soon-to-be mother-in-law, my fiance, and her little sister are walking down Venice Beach, okay? Dude come fitted. He colored up. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He colored up. It's crazy. He must
He colored up.
Bro, no bullshit. Dude walking toward us, he starts stacking, right? Hands going crazy, twisting fingers like crazy. He goes, "No bullshit, bro. Marry her tonight. Marry her tonight, cuz." I said, "I'm working on it, brother, but I appreciate you. I'm gonna get on it."
Like he was threatening you.
I didn't know how to feel, bro.
She might have hired
He
him,
started
man.
twisting his fingers, so I immediately get into like, okay, something about to go down.
Yeah.
But then he like, "Marry her tonight. Like, you got a baddie, bro." I'm like, okay, that was
appreciate
interesting,
that,
but I didn't mind it. It wasn't the worst thing ever, but it was a little.
Yo.
It's
Hold
not-
on.
your heart started racing.
Did you want to say something when he started doing the fingers? He was like,
Nah, I was
Oh,
just in full defense mode. I'm like, I don't know what he's on, what he getting ready. But all he did was just compliment me and say, you got a badge.
You know, I had a situation this last weekend too. Okay, so I'm in Miami.
you
I
was
go
in
to
the
the game.
305, yeah.
I was in Miami. Girl ends up, I'm with my girl. We watching the game. She ends up going to the restroom or something. She said she was gonna grab something on the way back. She's walking around the concourse. She comes back. She's like, "Oh yeah, this dude said you look really beautiful, and your man doesn't need to let you be walking around alone by yourself." I said, "Who said that? Who said that?" She was like, "This is where I get messed up." She said, "I don't know. He was a really big, like, strong looking dude though, so I wouldn't mess."
"Oh shoot!"
Yikes.
You think I'm weak? Who do you think I am?
Right.
I'm just saying. So, how you feel about talking to your lady?
Real quick, hold on.
All types of ways.
But like, not to be funny though. But what if she online? He was like real big.
I'm gonna take my ass whooping like a man. I'm gonna take it like a man.
Run me my
Okay, dad style.
Come on now. Exactly.
Okay.
Oh.
What else on the menu, bro?
Y'all crazy. Y'all cutting up.
We got to talk about speaking of fighting.
I love this part of the show.
Speaking of fighting, we got
Oh my God.
what might
Look
be
at
a
this,
farce.
Look at this.
We have Jake Paul, the former Disney star,
Look at
YouTube
this,
star,
bro.
and now professional boxer. They asked him to face world champion boxers, and he did.
Come on, bro.
7 weight classes below where he needs to be. He had a face off today with Gervonta Tank Davis, and
Nah, we gotta talk about
let's
this
just
though.
let's
This though. Come on, man.
this out.
Yo.
Who asked
Jake
this?
Paul is 6'1" and a half, like 220 pounds. Gervonta Davis is 5'5", 135 pounds.
Wait,
And
for real?
the weight clause at 190, bro. I'm like, what? Come on, this is not cool. And
Yeah,
then
ridiculous.
after we just got freaking Canelo and Terrence Crawford
Correct.
for Netflix, we about to get this. And then they asked the Tank, because Tank is talented.
Yeah.
They say, yo, man, does this affect your career fighting Jake Paul? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm not going to talk about that part. Let's go to Jake Paul first. They asked Jake Paul, like, does this help your boxing career? He's like, yeah, I'm fighting a pound for pound top 10 dude.
Oh my God.
I'm thinking like, yo,
he nasty,
bro,
man.
you're way bigger than this guy.
Let me ask you this,
This is crazy, yo.
Because you do a boxing show inside the ring?
Inside the ring.
Inside the ring every Mondays. You do a boxing show, so you know what you're talking about. Does Tank got a chance?
I mean, he's a professional boxer. He probably can hit. He's sharp and all that. But yo, like size matters because tanking it hard, but you hitting a dude that's almost 200. Like he's gonna come into the ring about 200-something pounds. How big at 135? How big are you gonna come in at 150? You know what I'm saying?
And he can actually
Like, come
box
on,
a little
bro.
bit.
And then he
though.
can box, and he's not like a elite
not
guy,
bad.
but you could tell he's been boxing. You know, he's training all day, taking it serious. This is crazy. I got a question though.
This on us.
Why can't he just fight somebody like him, like somebody his size, somebody that the boxes? Fight a real boxer.
But to me, the problem is the moment he loses, it's no fun
it's
anymore.
not true. He already lost. He lost to a real fighter. Tommy Ferry. Ferry's brother.
I know what you're talking about.
Anyway,
Tommy.
So Tommy won the fight. It was a close fight, but he's a real boxer. My thing is like every time he does fight somebody that's close to a boxer, then he gets him all these weight claws. Like, bro, because I believe that he can fight. I believe that Jake can fight. I just want to like show me though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the tough part with this is, I mean, the guys in Jake Paul's weight class that he could fight
would destroy.
There are no names, and they would beat the ever-loving hell out of him. Like it wouldn't even be remotely close. I'm sorry. Tank Davis being the guy that you go to, Canelo was right there. There was rumors before Canelo ended up having this Crawford matchup.
Correct?
He said no.
He said no because of the Crawford matchup. Now I think in this stage of Canelo's career, I think Canelo's going to do it now. Why not? Why turn that Bayday down? Exactly. That'd be a fight I'd want to see. This right here is farcical. This is ridiculous. That's too much of a weight difference.
And then Tank Davis. Bro, you're supposed to be like the face of boxing, the next one.
He's supposed to be defending belts.
Yo, bro, like Lamar Roach, he basically won that fight, but they didn't give it to him. It was a tie. Why not go back and get that back?
Yeah.
This fight this fight with Jake Paul is never going nowhere. But I truly believe after this fight, he's gonna retire.
Tank.
Yeah.
It's hard to get that type of money for this type of fight, like some clown stuff,
and then go back to
the circus, and then go back to competitive boxing.
Yeah.
Dude's hungry. It don't even make sense.
Ridiculous. We got two super chats I want to get to. First, Anthony B said, "Let's try this again. If Lamar beats Pat next weekend, what's the story or the narrative next Sunday afternoon?"
That's a good one.
Do it in a playoff game.
That's a really honestly, it's unfortunate, but Lamar's in a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
If you beat Pat next week, cool, but it means nothing. You beat him in a Week 4 football game, and you're not even over 500. You beat him to go 2-2,
and the Chiefs aren't good.
And the Chiefs aren't good.
Yeah.
If you lose, then you lost to the Chiefs that aren't good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's unfortunate. This is Lamar's just in a troubled predicament until we get to the playoffs because beat the Chiefs at 1-2. Ooh, you beat the Chiefs. You lose. You lost to the Chiefs.
Right.
It's not a fair fight.
We got another super chat from Full Send Daily. You lucky I'm reading this. Appreciate the $10. Asshole. Says Scared Bear wishing his Dallas Cowboys was in a different division than Philly after week 3 and dreading Micah's homecoming. Go Birds says Y2K 100% a compliment, and he said, "Look, just don't touch."
Just don't touch.
Hey, Scared Bear is crazy though, bro.
Yeah, Scared Bear is ridiculous.
I like that though.
I can't keep taking this on the chin for y'all Cowboys fans. This is so tough.
Scared Bear, it might be time to get out the bar.
Yeah, it is time to close it all up. We're gonna go to last call, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all for being in the chat. We had over 1,000 of y'all in here today. Again, we're just growing. We're just getting started. So make sure you guys hit that bell button to be notified when we go live. We'll be right back here tomorrow, the day after, and Shady gonna be back on Thursday for some Thursday night football action. For Trey,
Social Trey.
how we doing, Social Trey?
I'm good.
You know what? You have anything? You have any last words you want to say to the people?
Just on the Tank and Jake Paul.
Okay.
It's our fault. That's all I got to say.
Fair.
This is our fault. When we watched him get in the ring with a 60-year-old Mike Tyson. and we broke the Netflix record for most watched. This is on us. As Social Trey, it's my civil duty to hold us accountable.
Yeah.
For shit that we do wrong as a society. And unfortunately, patronizing a Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight as if it was any type of good is our fault. That's all I got.
Yeah, that was great.
That was good.
I'm tuning in for the Floyd and Mike Tyson fight too. I don't know why.
That's the problem. You the problem.
I am the problem, and I'll continue to
be.
So,
I appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. We just getting popping 2 straight days live over 1,000 in the Speakeasy from your boy from 2-5, always live from the man behind the bar, the one and only Scare Bear, Care Bear.
That's crazy.
We salute. We out. It's the Speakeasy. We'll see y'all tomorrow, 11:15 Eastern Time. Peace. Yeah.